Good evening, folks. How are you doing? Um, Happy Thursday. If you celebrate American Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. If you don't, Chileth, that was not 3 seconds. I clicked a second after zero. I'm not taking that from you. Yeah, I'm sure you counted it. Thank you. Yeah, Nacho Thursday. If you don't celebrate, then happy Thursday. It's stream time. We're gonna do the most surprising thing in the world and play some Death and Taxes. We're going to run the same list. That's just trying out this Legions to Ashes card. Hopefully, I can cast it at some point and get an idea of if it's good. Uh, it's uh, not the most exciting card, but hey, we'll see. The league that I started at the end of last stream, I finished off stream this week, and I got a trophy with it, which is cool. So we are starting fresh this evening, and hopefully we can repeat that. I'm also going to be playing in the showcase this weekend. I am. That's what I'm looking for. Looking forward to that. I haven't played in a showcase in quite a while. Haven't played in any weekend tournaments in a while, so hope I do well. Yeah, Thanksgiving. It's always the last Thursday of November. I also posted an update to my D&T guide that I have up on my Patreon for Eternal Weekends. Just updated with a couple things that um, one was kind of prompted by the fact that we saw some people playing Triumph of St. Catherine at the European Eternal Weekends that happened last weekend, and I also added some other stuff there as well. So yeah, that's out there. You can type !guide to get a link to that article on my Patreon. Um, and I think I did a pretty good job with it. We're going to keep this hand. Opponent is mulling to 6 and to 5. Is that really good or really bad? We'll see. Yeah, I mean, I think it's an important thing to mention. Give people an idea of like. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a weird claim to make. I would say. Um, I think that card has its strengths certainly, but I am going to fetch a swamp here, and we'll cast this Thalia. Yeah, the miracle card. You know, I will not say too much about it because I want my patrons to feel like they're getting something. But yeah, I am not. I will say I am not too afraid of that card. I will leave it at that. Oh, cool. Playing against Cradle Control. Easy peasy. We even get to use a Bowmaster to kill a Fiend Artisan. That's just too good. And we get to Thoughtseize them. I guess we have to choose between Thoughtseize or Stoneforge this turn. But I don't mind Thoughtseizing because it means we also get to Wasteland them potentially. Yeah, we'll Thoughtseize. I should have actually Bowmastered first. I'm gonna do it now. But if they only had creatures in hand, then I would have felt really dumb. So definitely a sequencing error there. there's Dryad Arbor, and they draw a Noble Hierarch. Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, I guess everything's just gonna go away. Well, that was a little easy. So we'll get rid of these Thalias that are bad, this Lauren, and then I usually don't like Batterskull, and then I think these are usually the cards I like. Battle of Bywater kills both Fiend Artisans and Elvish Reclaimers usually. And yeah. And Gaddock is good against Green Sun Zenith and Natural Order. What's your preferred name for it? That's what I usually call it, just because I think it's well understood what that means, but I don't necessarily like any of the names. I just go by what I expect people to understand. Nightmare on Elf Street is kind of funny, but I agree that calling it a control deck is quite a stretch. I definitely also take issue with that. I don't know. I don't care. Yeah, Rock is fine too. Well, his hand has a lot of great cards, but not the mana to cast them. This hand is better. We'll keep this. Probably bottoming the Mom here, because I'm gonna be I would rather Thoughtseize on turn 1. And it doesn't look like I'm gonna be able to cast a Mom on any time scale that really matters. So yeah. You got it. Oh, another Thoughtseize. Well, I guess then I could have cast a Mom, but that's fine. Gonna get a Scrubland here. And what do you got? Bowmasters, Quirion Ranger, Green Sun Zenith, Elvish Reclaimer. I don't think I care about any of these. I just take the Green Sun Zenith. That seems pretty easy to me. Yeah. They'll probably do something like they can just cast Ranger and Reclaimer this turn. There's yeah, if you just want to play a Bowmaster. Did they top deck Natural Order maybe? That would be kind of brutal. No, they did not. No, they top deck Fiend Artisan. What card am I missing? Did I click away a card that I shouldn't have? They played Reclaimer, Bowmaster, Ranger, Cradle. They top deck the Fiend Artisan? Am I going crazy? They bounced the Bayou. They bounced the Bayou with the Quirion Ranger. That's what I was missing. So thankfully we still here get to just Bowmaster the Fiend Artisan and we're safe for a while. There's the Bayou. Thoughtseize is probably going to be dead because they're just going to cast anything that they draw anyway. The only exception might be like another Thoughtseize. Ugh. The only exception might be like Snuff Out maybe or Endurance. Yeah, we want a Stoneforge here. Gonna get a Jite. Yeah. It's probably a good layer. That layer the Hydra turn makes sense. And Snuff Out. Okay. Well, I guessed right on that card. So layer the Hydra is going to be huge. It doesn't have any abilities, right? It's just an XX. Yeah. Okay. At least blocking there, maybe blocking here. Yeah, I'll block both. This recruiter is big. I'm gonna get a Solitude here. Pretty sure. What else could I get? Notably, this Quirion Ranger is currently keeping me from getting Jite counters. I'm not sure if that's something we can really solve here anyway, but it's something I want to think about. Yeah, I think we just get Solitude for the layer. Because once the layer's out of here, the Reclaimer also doesn't really do anything. Well, that's annoying. They are drawn pretty well, huh? So if we... I think what I want to do here is just take... This is 4 damage. I can live with that. And then end of turn, I'm going to Solitude the Quirion Ranger, and hopefully we draw a land so that we can cast Equip Jite. And that'll give us a way to potentially kill Fiend Artisan. I guess we can wait. We can actually take a draw step. We don't have to Solitude this right now. So there's the land. Is there anything better that we can do? I don't think so. So I guess the problem would be if we so we have to Solitude the Quirion Ranger. If we do that, cast Equip GT attack. If they block with the Arbor, the Fiend Artisan becomes a 3/3, so that we then aren't able to kill it. We do then get to kill Arbor. Basically, we'll kill Arbor, Hierarch, and Bowmasters. But these are going to be like a 3/4 and like a 5/5 at that point, so that's kind of scary. We could just like cast Mom, put Yorion in our hands. Yeah, I think attack. I think going for an attack this turn just doesn't make sense. And then the question basically just becomes: do we need to pitch cast a Solitude on this Fiend Artisan right now? And the answer is probably yes. Yeah, and the Mom in play is important because it means that we can get GT counters without having to actually answer the Quirion Ranger. And then this means they won't be able to Fiend Artisan for whatever. Grist or another Bowmaster to kill things. And then our goal is basically just to not die this turn. And they drew a Craterhoof. Or a Green Sun, I guess. One of the two. Yeah, man, those were some sick draw steps. Alright, show it to me. Yep, okay. Well, let's try again. At least we are on the play this time. And we have another pretty good hand against them. Especially because we've already seen a lot of X1s, so. I'm getting a Swamp off this because I want this Arid Mesa available to potentially get a Savannah for our Gaddock Teeg if we draw one. Alright, to get a Reclaimer with their Thoughtseize. What do you got? Snuff Out does nothing against this hand. Reclaimer, Fiend Artisan. I think I just take the Green Sun again, and then yeah, they're gonna play a turn 1 Reclaimer and then a turn 2 Fiend Artisan that we get to Bowmaster. Yeah, cool. I'm fine with this. Yeah, I've been playing Black-White for a very long time. I even have a small green splash in my list for Gaddock Teegs. They drew layer. Okay. Alright, I'm fine to chill. Hello, Allegiance to Ashes. So now I think we're fine to answer the Fiend Artisan with this Thoughtseize at the worst. Okay, they have a Dryad Arbor. Yeah, I think that we just take the Fiend Artisan here. There's the Arbor. Reclaimer is now a 3/4. And I think I am happy to go ahead and Bowmaster this Dryad Arbor. Yeah, that's totally fine by me. Yep, I'll take that. Snuff out. Cannot kill Bowmaster. Very importantly. So we'll go ahead and kill the Dryad Arbor and pass the turn. Finally played the Cradle. We don't have a Wasteland for it anyway, but they have the Reclaimer too. There's a Hierarch. That doesn't really matter. Presumably they're going to attack with this Reclaimer, so I'm just going to get rid of the possibility of Exalted. Sure, yeah. Yep, I will take 3. Untap. What do we got? Plains. Not sure which of these I want to use. The swords is more. Using the Legions to Ashes here uses my mana better. Though notably, this is a pretty good turn to be able to put Yorion into our hands. And I also want to keep Legions to Ashes in case they play a Grist, because that's probably the most problematic card on a board this small. So I'll go ahead and sword the Endurance. Attack them, get some counters. And I'll keep up Karakas and put Yorion into my hands. And they scoop. Alright, cool. I'll take it. The more I play that matchup, the better it feels. Those like turn 3 natural order hands just do not happen very often, and those are what they really need, those super fast starts. Hope everybody's having a good evening while we wait for the next match. We were playing a Yorion Mirror. If you celebrate American Thanksgiving, I hope that you had a good time. Good time with your family if you celebrated with them, or you had at least had some really good food. My wife and I had a giant pan of loaded nachos, and they were delicious. I feel like I recognize this person as another D&T player. I am wrong. Cool. That was easy. I don't really want to draw. I'm not looking for more lands, so I'm going to go ahead and fetch there. And I'll fetch again here. And we'll start with Athalia against the basic islands. Another island. I'm not sure what 2 basic islands in a Yorion deck means. But I'm going to cast a Stoneforge about it, I think. Okay. I'll get a Kaldra. They're just playing Yorion, which makes the concept of them being a combo deck very unlikely. Solitude, pitching, rest in peace. My opponent is playing Energy Field in their deck. And a lot of islands. Gonna thin out some more. I have to be a little bit wary of back to basics with all these, so I'm gonna try not to fetch duels as much as I can. I'm going to go ahead and recruit another Stoneforge. Yeah. There they go. Interesting. Very, very interesting. What is my opponent doing? They're kind of cooking, I'm not going to lie. Alright, I guess the rest of my fetches are going to get duels at this point before I run out of lands. I'm a little wary of, like, can this be a deck playing Supreme Verdict? I don't know. Feels like the answer is no, but I just don't know. Yeah, I'm going to cast Stoneforge. I'm going to hold off on the Mom, I guess, just in case. Sure, Batterskull. I can cast Batterskull next turn at least. So there's the planes. Main phase Solitude. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. All right, I'll take another Stoneforge. Am I even attacking here? I don't think I am. Probably should just be casting the Mom at this point, but I just don't know. They could literally have anything in their deck. Actually, because of the Yorion, it wasn't a bad idea to get a Jite with this instead of the Sash. To have a way to get the Solitude out of play. That's a really good draw. That's a really good one. They force a negation. Pitch the Yorion. The Yorion was the card that I wanted anyway, so that is fine by me. That Crystalline Sliver. They're on something, I can tell you that much. Opponent, thank you for putting the initiative into play. I really appreciate it. They do not shuffle off their ponder. There's the energy field. I see what they're trying to do. They want to put the initiative into play and then rip energy field to protect it. It's very cute. I'll give them that much. Unfortunately for them, I have 7 cards off of this throne that win the game on the spot. No, I have 10 because I can also Wisp. All right, there we go. They definitely have Rest in Peace. They pitched their Rest in Peace to a Solitude earlier. So they definitely have that. Helm probably makes sense. I'm not 100% sure, but Enlightened Tutor also makes sense. So these seem fine, having answers to the you know, the enchantments that all work together. It's basically what both these cards do. I don't think I want Teague based on what I've seen so far, especially because they have Solitude in their deck. Not sure. I guess I don't really want Batterskull very much here. I also don't really want Sash. It's going to be harder to find cuts anywhere else because the rest of the deck is just kind of good against them. Yeah. Battle of Bywater is good against a lot of things. It's basically good against every tempo deck because they're all playing creatures that are at least 3 power. Delver, Delver, Dragon's Rage Channeler, Questing Druid will become a 3/3 eventually. Murktide can't be any less than a 3/3. Kills Grief, kills Trollikaza Doom against Depths. It kills Reclaimers and Knight of the Reliquary. Kills Saga tokens. Kills every other creature in 8 cast that matters. It's just like a Plague Wind against like a kind of ridiculous number of decks. I really don't want to draw any lands, but at least it's 2 good 2-drops. Might not be enough on the draw though. I'm gonna try it. At least it's top decks well. We can play anything. Okay, that's really not what I wanted to draw. Another Plains of all things. I'm gonna hold up the Bowmasters here. Yeah, this eats the swords. I'm happy with that. Yep, cool. Force, pitching, brainstorm. Okay. With any luck, they were doing that because they need to spend all their mana. Never mind. I was hoping they would just tap out for a Seasoned Engineer here, and then we just Skyclave it and take the initiative and be in great shape, but it will not be that easy, unfortunately. Attack, please. No more lands. Yep, there's Enlightened Tutors that were mentioned before. Unfortunately, we do not have a whatchamacallit, an opposition agent in our deck. Though it would be nice if we did. Energy, yeah. Rip energy field. So we have two options here. We can either Skyclave the energy field and get to play the game, or we could Skyclave the rip and the energy field kind of will eventually go along with it. And then that'll make future draws for them worse. I think we go for the more long-term play, which is to take the Rest in Peace. Because it means they just can't cast any more spells, basically. But obviously the problem is that the Rest in Peace doesn't actually do anything other than enable this energy field, so it's like only good if they don't draw another. I think I'm just gonna. I like the value of getting rid of both, so I'm gonna take the Rest in Peace. And if it turns out to be a problem, then at least we have Yorion to reset anyway. Yeah, cool. The answer is basically that it's all fine. So with 5 mana up and them having passed twice, we have to be aware of a potential Solitude here. But since we have 2 removal spells of our own, it's probably not going to matter. But Yorion's our only good attacker here anyway, so. You know, I did have a feeling that was going to come up. But that doesn't matter right now, so I'll just let it stay in play. They are playing with the full trade binder here. What does that mean? It could mean like a Supreme Verdict, potentially. I'm just going to take the 2, whatever. If they have Verdict, that's not even that bad, so. Yeah, it is. So we'll bring Yorion back. They get another 2/2. I guess it's their main phase. Whoops. Go ahead and swords this to get it out of there. Untap. Another Solitude, okay. I'm going to go ahead and play Yorion again. Casting a Solitude here. Probably on the Yorion? Maybe not. Because it has to be on the Yorion, right? Or they're just dead. Unless the last card is... If the last card is Swords to Plowshares, they won't die. At least not this turn. But they will be dead soon. Nope, okay. They're just dead. Well, that was a weird one. All right, we got an infamous Salt Lord up now. Let's see what they're playing this time around. This hand looks great. Pretty much good against everything in some way. And they are mulling to 6. And to 5. I don't love that. Is this... Must be initiative. Yeah, and they're playing an Archon, that's fine. Obviously a little annoying that we're going to be playing... Oh, well... Okay. Yeah, I'm going to play this mom. Yep, pass. Yep, okay. Well, that was a little bit easy. These are turning into some very interesting matches so far. So I'm trying to remember what I do here. Cut Jite, cut the Thalias. What am I missing? I think it's probably just 2 Bowmasters, right? Yeah. Yep. Oh, important, there is a prediction up for if we receive any salt this match. Again, this person is an infamous Salt Lord, so it was pretty, it's relatively likely. This hand is good, but it's a little bit slow. I think I'll keep because they're mulling to 6. It's a decent chance this can get there. Especially against the basic Mountain Star. Yeah, that feels good. Ooh, and we get the Thoughtseize them. That's even better. So next turn, they were going to cast a Caves of Chaos Adventurer. So I can just take that, and they can't cast anything. Alright, cool. This deck is red-white initiative. Okay, they get a Chrome Mox. They can put the Solitude under it to cast the Seasoned Engineer, which honestly isn't that bad for me either. um, Archon, they put two. They scried two to the bottom. This is their first time seeing the Archon. And they bottom it. That's fine. You want to take Guide, really? Is Chalice on one? Sure. So another hand is just plains Spirit Guide, nothing else. So I'm going to go ahead and recruit for a Solitude. Pitch this Mom that I can't cast anyway. And then Stoneforge gets to take the initiative. Now they have to cast the guide, and that's fine by me. And we basically just have to fade 4th Aerlingus at this point. I don't really want to draw Batterskull here. And they concede. All right. I'm going to wait a second to see if they saw it. Usually they do it during the match, so I'm a little bit pessimistic, but let me see. They have drawn 5, 6. They've drawn 6 cards after their loss. That seems a little excessive to me. All right, they're out. Well, we tried. The reason I don't like taking Guide is that like if you take Simian Spirit Guide, then Spirit Guide is a way for it is a draw for them to get a creature into play. If you take the Caves of Chaos Adventurer, they are just drawing to Mox and Lotus Petal and nothing else. Otherwise, but if you take Guide, they are drawing to Mox, Petal, and Guide, and they also have a follow up. They have a second threat that they can cast in that spot once they've cast the first. Oh no, will we play against Doomsday? Oh, this prediction's gonna hurt me. Well, get that prediction in fast. The 6-card hands. It's a pretty reasonable 6-card hand, not a great one. Wow, Chyleth voting for Doomsday, of course. It's the most predictable thing ever. Hmm. It's an okay 6-card hand, but it's not a great one, and we can mull to a better one. This is a better one. We keep this. Definitely going to put back the Wasteland here so we can just cast all these spells. Yeah, they gave us plenty of time. Okay, I can tell you it is not Doomsday. Skirk Prospector, huh? Appears to be Sticker Goblins. Yeah, don't you know they Skirk Prospector for red mana to Manamorphose and to cast their Thassa's Oracle? It's a new tech. A pre-board transformational sideboard. Uh, they're just so smart. Ouch. So Battlecry Goblin? Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna kill that. That thing does so much damage. It's ridiculous. If I didn't have a second swords, I might not use this one so quickly, but they did not sack the Battlecry in response. I know, I'm sorry I'm killing goblins. There's gonna be a lot of goblins dying. I'm really sorry. Please play a sticker goblin. I'm begging you. I just want to keep getting clean one for ones with my swords. That's not a sticker goblin, but it's one that I'll still kill. I am actually giving them a 1/1 because I am a goober. Hopefully it doesn't matter. It probably will. Another Skirk Prospector. Goodness. What do I want to do then? So I think what I want to do here is Wasteland the City of Traders. So they're on 2 cards. I have a feeling that they have a Muxus in their hand and they're going to cast it next turn. So I think I just want to waste City of Traders, Bowmaster, a Prospector, and leave them with... It would be 4 mana on board. They would have to have another soul land to cast the Muxus. Which does not seem super likely to me. Especially because they played a city specifically. It'd most likely have to be another city. I'm going to feel dumb. Certainly, if they have another soul land, that's going to make this 1/1 goblin matter. That will make me feel foolish, but alas. Oh, hey. They gave me the 1/1. Yep, here's the Muxus. I messed up. Alright, just hit really bad. That's not really bad. Oh boy. At least they don't have anything to do with this mana, really. I guess it depends on what they have in their hands. Never mind, they have something to do with this mana. Don't hit anything else? No, okay, yeah, okay. Well, I did my best. Removal. Containment Priest. Potentially Mindbreak Traps. And then I think that's probably about it. I guess maybe Lauren's good enough just to kill their mana. They have Chrome Mox and stuff like that. I'll consider that a maybe. But I am definitely going to cut... what am I cutting? Probably Sash is... I'm going to get rid of Sash. Probably going to get rid of Kaldra because this match isn't really a matchup about attacking them. And then Wisp doesn't really do that much. And then maybe I don't need this Lauren. Yeah, this works. One thing I want to be mindful, they did play a Shatter Skull smashing, or like a Shatter Skull, so Wisp can also attack their mana in that way. So they kind of hit different parts of their mana, I guess. This hand doesn't feel great. I don't like just having all 3 drops. Yeah, I'm going to mulligan. This hand can't cast any spells, so it's worse. My opponent's at least thinking, so hopefully they go to 6 with me. Nope, they keep 7. Oh my god. Okay. Deck just didn't want this one to happen, huh? Make sure that I'm gonna keep a fetch land, so Plains Mom wastes. Yeah, okay. Okay. Alright, they passed the turn. They passed the turn. I would like a white card. That's a white card. I want... Yeah, okay. There we go. So this lets me get a Batter Skull while holding up Solitude on a Sticker Goblin. If their mana seems bad and we draw another lands, we can potentially kill their Mox. For a Multi 4, this could be worse. All right. We are alive. Hey Jared, how's it going? That's not a bad one either. Alright, they're just gonna cast turn 3 Muxus the hard way, and then we're gonna die. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Alright. Alright. Okay. Chila, stop. Katie, can you time out Chila for a minute? Please, no. You know what you're getting into. Thank you, Katie. I appreciate it. I love that. Andy Wilson. I wonder what they're up to. They're usually playing good blue decks, from what I remember. Sand's good against blue decks. It's the mana is a little scary, but hey Jidem, how's it going? Force pitch brainstorm could be anything. Alright, looks like Shadow. I can live with Shadow. The boat guy says it could even be a boat. That's a good bit. Yeah, taking Thalia there makes sense. Alright, they're shadowing. I am not gonna Bowmaster. No reason to. Windswept Teeth feels pretty good. Still just gonna chill though. probably playing at least one shadow here. Yep. 2 shadows? Oh, reanimate on troll to make a really big shadow. So they're going to be at 4. Hmm. Four is a very low life total, and I have 2 Bowmasters in my hand, so I think I'm getting aggressive here. Yeah, right, especially because we have a flying card. Well, ooh. Hmm. Interesting. I think I have to assume that they have a Bowmaster or something. They were definitely holding it up on their turn 2. And I'm not feeling great about that Wisp actually getting any damage in, so I'd rather keep it around to answer the shadow. So I think I'm just going to pass here. The bright side is that it's really hard for them to attack. Yeah, so the problem with attacking is Bowmaster means that we get no damage in. But with a second white card in my hand, this could be where we use the Wisp on a Bowmaster to get them to use theirs. I can kind of see that. All right, cool. I'll take it. Battle of Bywater is great. Legions to Ashes is one removal spell. Rest in Peace is really good against Reanimate and Murktide and all those, and Containment Priest is also good against Reanimate, and is certainly better than these Thalias that we're cutting, and then the Lauren is the 5th card we cut. And that's it. No, Chylith, we're not going to do that. What are these counter wars that you expect to happen? Can you elaborate? We're going to mulligan this one. This hand is much better. What are we bottoming here? I think I just get rid of the Solitude. Solitude's a hard card to use on mulligans, and especially with this hand. Oh yeah, Flicker the Shadow. Yeah, duh. Okay, that's why. I think lists generally do still run Null Rod. I'm not 100% sure. Okay, Trilith. I guess. I definitely guess. Alright, cool. Vial resolves. That makes me wonder if they do in fact have a Null Rod they're going to cast here. Looks like no. It could also be Petty Theft. Sadly, we have to get a Scrubland here that might get wasted, but at least this Vial resolved, so that doesn't feel too bad. Bowmaster? Yep, that's fine. Shadow, push, force, and a wasteland. Shadow's nowhere close to being a threat. This hand doesn't care about push, and they don't have a blue card for force. I think the easiest thing for them to get is a blue card for force, so I just take the force because I have answers for the Death Shadow once they can get big enough for it anyway. Or once they can get low enough for it. Yeah, I think this is just easy take force. And be sad that we're probably about to get wastelanded. Yep. Yeah, it is funny when that happens. Well, third land is good. I maybe shouldn't have exposed this to wastelands, I'm not sure. Alright, cool. Blood Grips. They play a Plague Engineer, that's fine. Presumably on human. On Orc. Okay, that's fine by me too. Oh, and now they're afraid of the 2-drops. Let's go. Well, I guess now I have a 2-drop. So I think here I am just gonna Vial in Recruiter, get a Skyclave, cast the Skyclave. Skyclave I specifically like here because it makes sure that the Bowmasters don't have obvious attacks. It means that they might want to use the push on the Skyclave, which I would be perfectly happy with. If they find a way to use it, certainly. Bowmaster on the Recruiter, sure, okay. I was attacking with the 2-2. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, Snuff Out is their last card. Okay. Well, alright. That was a good couple draws for them. Yeah, we need to go up to 5 to get the Solitude into play. Stoneforge, so we're taking 3, 4, 5, 6. We're taking 7 next turn. equipment do we want to get here? The Stoneforge is dying, basically for sure. So I'm probably either getting Sash or Jite. I think I like Sash. It's an easier way to use leftover mana, and a top deck Reanimate could be really scary in a couple turns. And it's also just a creature that can get on the board, which is important too. Push. Not pushing yet. Okay. Just push on the mom. Yep. Just drew another push. God. It's been real scary. So now we're at 3. But we get to go up to 5 on the Aether Vial. And we draw Swords to Plowshares. So now I am feeling much better about, like, everything, I think. Play Sash. Pass. And this sucks, but I think we just want to Swords this. Yeah. Waste on the Karakas. Okay. Any land here would be really good. That also works, actually. I'm gonna untap so the Sash doesn't die to another Bowmasters. Okay, sure, I'll take them. I guess I'm kind of playing into Bowmasters here anyway, so I should have just should have just activated Sash, but oh well. Thoughtseize, sure. That makes sense. Let's start eating as a Bowmaster. We'll get, I think we have a Skyclave that we really would not want them to get. Yeah, there we go. Land? There we go. And, okay, yeah, they concede, because once we put Yorin in our hand, the game's pretty much over from there. Well, that is the fastest league that I have ever gotten on stream by a lot. So, that's funny. I guess we're just going to start another one. Literally like an hour and 20 minutes. That's unheard of. The loss was to... It literally just happened. Oh, it was to Turbomuxos. I made a very critical mistake in game 1. That let a Muxus get cast when it shouldn't have been. And then, oh, we're playing against the same. All right, we're playing against our same round one opponent. This hand is fine, yeah. And then game two, we mulled to 4 because we couldn't draw hands with castable cards, and then exploded. Literally exploded, like mucks us into 5 absolute banger hits. Oh, all right. Well, they're not playing what they were playing before, but also they wasted me after I cast an Aether Vial, so whatever. Okay. uh um whatever they're playing, this card will be good. I don't know anything else. I think it is. I am gonna board like it's Grixis Delver because I think that's the most likely thing for them to be given what we saw. Um, yeah, they went Wastelands, Volcanic, Ponder. That's it. I think it's probably Delver. Yeah, this hand works. It could be Beans. That's the basically the only other thing that seems kind of possible. No, it's Delver. Island Bauble. Yeah, we got there. Sure. Cool. Thoughtseize traded with Daze. Works for me. I didn't even have to pay 2 life for it. Funny you should say that, Chyleth. So I know Island is a card in their hands. They are portenting. Oh, so they must be playing Juju Beans list from Eternal Weekends. Yeah, I'm just gonna cast Stoneforge, whatever. Another Daze? Alright, well. Works for me. took 1,000 years, but they cast a Delver of Secrets into this Bowmasters that they knew that I was drawing. Yeah, and they're going to force this, pitch a Murktide, and that's fine because I'm just going to Swords it. Or I won't Swords it. Okay, I'll Swords that. Yeah, I'm going to save this drop for the waste because I know Jujubin's list only has one drop in it. Which kind of blew my mind when I saw it, but I'm not going to complain. No reason to play the Wisp here. Yeah, I'm just going to put Yorn in my hands. Seek the Beast. Yeah, okay. They hit Unholy Heat and Portent. And they reveal it to a Ponder. So you can cast the Portent. They do. They target me. How do I know if they had me shuffle? I do not see an obvious way to figure out if they had me shuffle. If it says used ability of Portent, it means we shuffled. Okay, so they did not. So I will shuffle. Legions to Ashes is basically a Council's Judgment, with the upside of being you clear all Urza Saga tokens, you clear all Rhino tokens, you clear all 4th Aer Lingus tokens, all with one card. That's the idea. Another Wasteland, huh? I'm just going to kill this before it does any more damage. There's the drop. So they're going to cast their one and only Questing Druid. And a DRC, okay. So we haven't seen, this is the only removal spell we've seen. They could have a heat, they could have a bolt. I think what I want to do is just double waste and wisp the Questing Druid. I'm at least going to single waste on the Volk. I'm definitely doing this, and then I'm thinking about whether I do the second Wasteland. because they aren't really in danger of. Yeah, they only have the one trop if they're copying the list that Juju Bean won Eternal Weekend with. It's just a question of, do we care about wasting it right now? Gogo Gadget Blunt, thanks for the follow. Do we care about wasting it right now? It doesn't seem likely they're just gonna like cast a questing druid out of their hands. And because we might need to cast this Yorion through a daze is kind of the main thing I'm thinking of. But I'm gonna go ahead and waste it. We'll see what happens. Okay, we get that block. Alright, cool. Yorion resolves. That's a pretty good one, huh? And I think I've got a Thoughtseize now or basically never. I guess the heat isn't gonna kill Yorion anytime soon, so I just take the bolt. Cool. And we gotta keep Yorion back as a blocker here. We really need like a Solitude. Even a Swords would be fine. Skyclave would be good. Sure, I guess. We just need to draw something that helps us stabilize before the Delvers flip. They are casting another Delver. So now that's a problem. Come on, deck, please. Wow, that would have been nice to have last turn. Do I change anything? I want Kaldra back in my deck for one fewer Thalia. I think that's the only difference that I did. I assumed it was Grixis at first, but this is the only change I make for a rug. Seems kind of clunky. but Thoughtseize is quick interaction. Solitude is too. We'll very likely have a land to cast the Skyclave. I think this is okay. It's not great, but DRC, Bolt, Druid, Daze. I think since our hand is so 3-drop heavy, I'm pretty sure we just take the Daze here to make sure that our removal against the DRCs resolves. Yeah. They drew a Portent and they're choosing to cast it. That works for me. Swords is a very nice thing to see. Yeah, the swamp obviously could be bad in this double heavy white hand, but things just if our opponent casts a what if they cast if they have a wastelands within the first few turns, then like it's just an absolute disaster. I don't think we can afford to really get wastelanded against Delver basically ever. Plains is really nice. So they're just gonna end step Seek the Beast here, I guess. I think I'm going to use this time to put Yorion in my hand then. Or do I? So if they end step Seek, they're probably going to cast DRC, cast a spell. I guess one thing that not putting Yorion in their hand lets us do is potentially cast 2 removal spells. Like Sword something end step and then Skyclave something right after that. I think I'm actually going to not put Yorion in my hand here. So I should not have used that fetch lands, but it's okay. Am I getting slandered? Oh no. I don't like that. What do they exile? Heat and Bauble, sure. Well, they can only use one of those. Bobbling first. Confused. I'm very, very confused. Yeah. I think you're right that it is Bowmaster. Now that I'm not holding up swords, I can just put Yorion in my hands. I guess with me passing with that mana up, yeah, it makes sense that that's what they were worried about. There's DRC1, DRC2. There's the Wastelands. Bolting, Skyclave upkeep. Yeah, sure. Been a Force of Will, and now we no longer know anything about their hands. They've been a Meltdown. Okay. Ouch. Pretty decent turn here. Oh, Solitude's all nice draw too. This is a nice spot to cast Wisp. Gets the 1/1 out of play. Forces a removal spell on it so that the DRC doesn't just run into it. If they do that, I might Solitude it because I'm getting a little bit low on life and I'm going to need the time to cast my spells. Yeah, there's Bolts. Let them Surveil. They keep it on top. Yeah, I'm gonna pitch. I think I'm pitching the Yorion here. I think I just want spells that I can cast. Here's a Murktide. Unsurprisingly. So they've used two bolts and a heat. There's the possibility of using Wisp to reset the Murktide. I would probably rather wait a bit before I do that, though. Because, again, because if they just have another Murktide, then that's going to look really bad. I cannot flicker and Stoneforge. I only have 4 mana. So I think I am just going to Solitude this. And they have Force, pitching a Delver. Okay. Stoneforge. What do we get here? Jite gains us life for sure next turn, so I think that's what we have to get. Another Murktide we'll lose anyway. Yeah, I guess that's true, but ouchie. Oh, that fetch might have actually killed us. Yeah, because it puts us to exactly 4, so now Jite is gaining us life up to 8, but then we're dead, so we have to draw a removal spell this draw as opposed to having potentially one more draw step. Rats. I messed up. We would have been dead anyway. Okay. Yeah, so we definitely died to the clunk of our hand there, but that can happen against Delver. Also, a rough game too for them to draw 3 of their Delvers against our Rest in Peace. I am happy with this hand. That's for sure. My opponent has kept 7. Another Volcanic Island matchup. It's Delver. Okay. Show me what you got. Deal. So that is a line that probably would have worked out. Um, it's going to be Rug again. Um, the main reason I hesitate not to do that is because if we take that line, then we are weak against a removal spell, weak against another threat. Like we don't have it. The goal when you're playing against Delver or decks like Delver is that you want to have the path to stabilization clear as often as you can, because once you get there, the game just ends for the most part. And pitching Stoneforge takes away our one clear path, and it kind of puts us into this situation where we kind of have to draw a removal spell for every threat that they play until there is a clear line to us having inevitability again. What do I want to do here? I think I'm just going to cast Stoneforge. They didn't have a daze last turn. If they have it now, that's fine. I'm guessing they're going to have a removal spell, so I think I want to get Sash or Jite. And I'm kind of into Sash with this hand. Sorry, I was looking at Twitter. Bolt. Oh, Bolt 10 step. Yeah, okay. love the Thoughtseize here. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Oh, play Mesa so we could, yeah, so we could Bowmasters in response if they cast a Brainstorm. Yeah, that would have been smart, huh? Think we're just taking a bolt, yeah. Oh, now they're brainstorming. Let's go. That's okay. Playing this much Magic in one night is probably not the best thing for my brain, but there's Wasteland. Okay, that's a weird play. I think it's worth it to I certainly don't love having to fetch a scrublands. I think it's fine on when we know what we're playing against here. I think it's fine. They bend a ponder. DRCs are still at least one type away. Um, so this they played the bolt, so the brainstorm could be the next card in their deck. I'm guessing it's not, but we'll see. Um, but I think that I am happy here to just play Lion Sash with a plains up. Okay, so now they definitely have the brainstorm in their hand now if they didn't before. And there it is. And yes, please do not assume gender. I basically use they as much as I can unless I actually know who the person is. So sometimes I do it out of habit even when I do, and I should get better at that, but villain is also perfectly valid. Villain, opponents, anything like that. Murktide, huh? Well, we have the Swords to Plowshares, and they only have one card, so we don't have to worry about Force of Will. Oh, well. Oh, I guess I can wait for the Surveil to go. And now I don't even have to wait to untap. See ya. Gonna get rid of the trop specifically because I know that this list, unless they have changed it, only plays a single tropical island. So I don't have to worry about any questing druids from now on. I don't have to worry about this DRC getting turned online because Lion Sash fixes that. Another, okay. Another Murktide, they got it. Well, we have the Wisp for this one at least. And they will almost certainly not going to cast any more after this. All right. And they concede, which does not surprise me. So once again, we are bringing in Battle of Bywater, Legions to Ashes, and a Rest in Peace, and then we cut a Lauren and 3 Thalias. And there we go. It's that easy. No. No treats. No treats for Chylith. I'm sure you like treats. You'll just have to supply your own. I won't be providing them. I do remember that tweet that we both love. Is there a what's making you bring that up? Street. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. That I should have made that connection. Yep. You're right. This hand is not perfect. I don't think it's by any means worth mulliganing though. Certainly turn 1 DRC is the worst case for this hand, but we'll figure it out. Ooh, someone brainstorm locked over there? want to get lands out of my deck, so I'll fetch here, and I'm going to get a basic swamp here. I'll cast the Stoneforge. We'll see what happens after that. I feel like it's probably getting dazed. Yeah. They are artifact or sorcery away from turning on Delirium, and they do not have it. So that works for me. Another Stoneforge. Is that better than casting Skyclave into potentially another daze here? I think it's not. I think I just want a Stoneforge. Katie, it can't start that early. Force Pitch Murktide also works. Another Wasteland Bins. Yeah, okay, this is all fine by me. I know that he asked for context. That's a lot of context. Alright, Seek the Beast makes sense. They keep it on top, and they... 2 lands, huh? Okay, there's the sorcery. They found it. They do not shuffle. I expect them to play a Polluted Delta, but okay. Certainly not complaining. Oh, Sash is a pretty good draw, but I don't think it's better than... Maybe it is. No, we're gonna Skyclave. I'm overthinking it. Film the story. I don't know what Bots was doing. I think Bots was a War Machine player at some point. Force Pitch another Murktide. Okay. I think that he was a War Machine player. People got into Guild Ball in the Chicago area, and he was just part of that group. That's my best understanding. So now that they've used 2 forces and we've seen 3 of their Murktide Regents, I'm going to go ahead and Solitude this. I think that I want to pitch the Wisp, because the Sash is going to do a good job of controlling the DRCs from here on out. It's worse against the Delver, but I don't know. Sash is just going to get big, and I think getting big is valuable. Here's the Questing Druid. That's okay. Into a Ponder. Okay. Yeah, so the person goes by the name of Alex Bots. They were big in the Guild Ball community, the game that Katie mentioned before. As far as I'm aware, they entered Guild Ball because a lot of people were playing a previous minis game that was called War Machine. That still is pretty popular today. He was at least in a community adjacent to War Machine, and then eventually moved on to this game called Guild Ball. And then Katie's picking it up from there, yeah. Stop wastelanding. It's very mean. It is basically a direct quote. It's pretty wild. Ooh, Mom is a really good draw here. Yeah, that the announcement is pretty infuriating. I just to be clear, I also played this game. I played it quite a bit. Um, it was a really big part of my life for a while when I was not playing as much Legacy, and I'm very sad it's gone. It is a game called Guild Ball. It's a tabletop minis game about playing soccer, but it's also a lot more than that. I never personally played Blood Bowl, so like this specific analogy totally doesn't like completely resonate with me. I've heard a lot of people talk about like it's like if Blood Bowl was good. And I said I see Chileth ask, so why didn't I switch to Blood Bowl? There you go, that's why. It's a tabletop minis game. It's not a board game. It is a minis game. There is a difference. Am I attacking here? I think I am. Yeah, I'm gonna attack. Is that all the brainstorms? There's one more brainstorm left in their deck. Okay. Delver and Volcanic Islands. Delver's a little annoying to see. I'm happy to do this because I feel like, oh, all right. I think this is a good spot to just force them to use their removal. But they didn't have any, so never mind. I can hit them for 10 here. Is that better? Let me see. So they've used 2 forces. They're pretty likely to have a force or a daze in their hands. I think I want to... Attacking with Sash basically guarantees lethal next turn. I think, okay, now I'm in combat, I think what I really wanted to do is cast the Yorion to see if it resolved first, because that would probably change my if Yorion gets countered, there's a good chance that I will not attack with Sash. But now that we're here, I'm going to attack. Okay, cool. That works for me. Yeah, now that they're blocking, I think I'm not actually going to cast anything. I'll just untap again. Mishra's Bauble, Misty. They have one more Valk, so the Misty isn't dead. And now they're in the Abyss, and that's pretty great too. I guess I also just see if they're dead, because I think they're just dead. Yeah, alright, cool. Alright, one more match, and then we're going to call it. I will never do a 24-hour stream. I cannot do that to myself. Even if I were not a parent with responsibilities, I'm good. Yeah, man, I could talk for hours about the death of Guild Ball and how frustrating and sad it was, but here I am. I'm just gonna play Magic instead. This is an interesting 5-land hand. I think it think it works. My opponent reveals Chancellor of the Annex, huh? What does that mean? Can't be anything good. Are they playing like Chancellor Reanimator? Alright. Well. Well, I wish I had that last turn, but now it's a little too late. What do I even want to do here? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what I'm on too, Chilith. I just had to think about it for a second. I don't really see another way that this works. Sure. Slick Big Daddy 3, thanks so much for the follow. Welcome. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's the whole story is kind of sad, kind of cool. Oh geez. All right, well, they are definitely playing like 2015 Black Red Reanimator right now. Okay, sure. They got me. Well, we can bring in all of these, except for this Lauren. We don't want the Lauren. And then I want to get rid of Batterskull, Jite, Wisps, Lauren, get rid of Plains, and then 4 more cards. It's usually like 2 Skyclaves, and then what am I missing? Maybe chase some moms here. Yeah, I think it is shave some moms. Yeah, this makes sense. Oh my god. Rapping, it is the one of the coolest parts of the game. It's one of the most strategically rewarding parts of the game. And they never removed it from the game, but I think it was in the announcement, or in the announcement where they like ended official support for the game or something like that, that they mentioned it was like not, they were thinking about getting rid of it, which if you have ever played the game is patently insane. They were going to remove it before COVID. Okay, that yeah, that makes sense. I don't want to keep a hand on just Thoughtseize, especially when I can't cast the rest of my spells. I don't like keeping a hand on just Mindbreak Trap when they're mulling to 6 and playing old Reanimator. Okay, here we go. I can keep this. I think that we are just bottoming the non-surgical black cards here. Definitely getting rid of the Legions to Ashes. And then I think, yeah, I guess it has to be Bowmasters because we both can't cast it and we need a white card for the Solitude. So, yeah. My opponent's also mulled to 5. Well, that's mean. Oh my god, chill out. I think I need to keep that mom in my hands so we have solitude fuel. Uh, does that make sense actually? Doesn't make sense. I don't think it makes sense. I can take it back. Because the recruiter's just going to get a containment priest, I think, anyway. And yeah, mom blocks sire, which is important if that's what they go for. But it looks like they just spent all their mana thoughts using me, and now... Okay, well, that's not really a card we want, but... Just for Trilith. Yeah, there is a glowing effect on this box. It was in the latest big update they did, I think, like a week or two ago. Um, uh, it's funny. I saw someone complaining about it, saying that they were like really upset that the box glowed now, and I'm like, I don't know. It means almost nothing to me. I can't imagine having feelings about it. Yeah, it is like a complete non-issue in both ways for me. Yeah, I don't really care. I almost wish that I hope that they are thinking really bad, thinking really long about a line that's not going to win. Just put Sire into play right now. Okay, now they pass priority. Oh, their delivery guy was there. That is what happened. We are not going to get to Mind Break Trap them. We are going to Surgical this, though. Can't even pay mana for it. It's so sad. Alright, they have Dark Ritual and Tomb in their hands. Let's see, Griselbrand, Iona are all answered by the Karakas. They have 4 Chancellors, and Elish Norn also answered by that. Yeah, this is like It is a 2015 ass list. Um, just making sure I'm not missing anything. So Sire's answered by the mom. Those four creatures are answered by the Caracas. So it really is just the Chancellors that could potentially kill us. Because they just making sure they don't have any. I guess if they could reanimate an Elishnorn and then reanimate a Sire, but we're a little bit further. Well, we're a little far away from that. Okay. And we didn't see any removal, so now I can just start attacking. Oh, they even entombed for the Sire. Did they just top deck reanimate? No, they conceded. Okay. Does any of that change anything we're doing? I don't think so. Also, the one notable thing about the way that I don't know if it's worth taking them out. It is worth noting that like the 2015 Reanimator is not as weak to Mindbreak Trap as current. Um, um, as current Reanimator is. I'm not sure if I want Wisp for them though, and I definitely don't want to cut the last Skyclave because I think it's important to have Skyclaves unanswered animates at certain times. Although that might be less important when they don't have any griefs in their deck that we have to worry about removing. I think I'm going to cut the Deafening Silence on the draw, actually. Just bring it into their mom. I'm just going to ship this. Thoughtseize can be good. We're only mulling to the 3 surgicals as turn 0 hate, and my opponent's mulling to 6. It is definitely a bit ugly. I'm not gonna say that it's pretty. but I think we keep this. They keep 6. They do not reveal Chancellor. They unmask us. They take Lion Sash, which kind of indicates to me that they are not going off quickly. Yeah, so they kind of have to loot into, put a creature in the yard and have 2 reanimation spells in their hands. And they did not put a creature into their hand, or into their graveyard, so... Whew, yeah, okay. They're reanimating my Lion Sash? Yo. Yo, hold the phone. They had no answers to Containment Priest in their deck, right? Pretty sure that I saw a Stone 0. Just ice cold to Containment Priest, am I right? Yeah, there we go. Alright, cool. I think that they gave up once their Faithless Looting just did not find them what they needed. They were trying to, if they hit a creature, then their hands looked like maybe okay, and then they didn't, and they were like, well, okay, I guess the game's over. Which, to be fair, it probably is, but anyway. No, not one more game. Eight matches in 2.5 hours is too many for my brain. I am fried. I'll probably finish the last 2. I might finish the last 2 off stream. We'll see. But I really cannot play another one. But I do like y'all, and we're hanging out for a little bit, so we can play some art game. Yeah, Thanksgiving treat, yeah. So for those who don't know how this works, if you haven't played this before, this is the Scryfall art game. You go Scryfall, and you click on the button that says art game. We are playing with every card that has ever come out, and the goal is, if you know what the art for this card is, tell me, and then we get to guess. There is some leeway, like you don't have to have the exact card name, it has to be pretty close. You can cheat on a lot of planeswalkers and legendary creatures if you know the name of the creature, but not like that, or like for planeswalkers in particular, if you know who the planeswalker is but don't know like the epithet of the specific card, you can just like be like, oh, that's Gideon. I'll type in Gideon, and then you get it. Bitter Triumph, you say? You got it. What is this card? Oh, okay. That makes sense why people... Oh, it's Donata Giancola, too. Neat. Okay. I know that one. This is probably... It kind of looks like a March of the Machines card. Oh, is that completed Ajani? In the art, I don't know what it is. Leonid War Criminal. The second sack a creature, draw 2. It's not the one that I'm thinking. Wait. I know of a lot of them, but I don't know this one. So calling it the second doesn't help because I can think of like 4. Corrupted Conviction. Oh, on 1 mana. On 1 mana, sure. Okay. Oh yeah, here we go. Now we get into the old real cursed art that like you either know it or you do not know it. And I can tell you I don't know what this card is. It gives me the vibe of like, yeah, I was thinking Ice Age or um, maybe even like a really bad Homelands card. Guy, you see, there we go. If nobody knows, then just give me the funniest name and I'll go with that. It is Betrothed of Fire, Weatherlight. Okay. Whew, boy, this card sucks. What name? Like some Ice Age art? That's what you called it? Oh well, sure. I thought people. I was trying to give people time to still know what the card is. That's all. But if nobody knows after like a minute or so, then I'll go with the funniest one. Alms. I do not recognize this art. It reminds me a bit of one of the arts for the card Greed, I think. But I'm guessing it's not that. It could be that, but it doesn't look right to me. We also got the initials RCH for the artist, if anybody knows. Coin Sniffer. I like that. Alright. Krovikan Scoundrels. That's Time Spiral? Cold Snap. Got it. Yeah, it's just a 2-1. That explains why nobody actually knows it. A vanilla 2-1 from Cold Snap. Yeah, that makes sense. I did not draft Cold Snap. I have to come clean. I did not draft Cold Snap. This owl is pretty rad. Alliance is a good call. That feels right to me. We're gonna stick on Rad Owl for a minute. All right, we're getting crickets. We'll go with Rat Owl. Necropolis. It's not an owl at all. It's just everything around the owl is a wall. Okay. And you can exile creature cards from your graveyard to make the 5 mana wall better at blocking. I love that. This feels like Urza Saga. Or somewhere around there. Begging Automaton is a good start. Hey, Life Lover 258, thank you so much for the follow. Mirage would also make sense. A pan flute robot. I like that. Welcome, Tish. Oh, we like Laputa or around that, or Laputa. I don't know. Shaper Guildmage. Mirage. Good call, Katie. It is in fact Mirage. It is the Esper Guildmage. It gives first strike. That's pretty sick. Oh. Hour of Devastation. God Pharaoh's Curse. I would believe that one. I definitely recognize this art, but I have no clue what card it's on. Yeah. Literally, it's just not the Locust God. I don't know. I can't. I've definitely seen this art, but I could have, for the life of me, can't think of the card that it's on. Hour of Eternity. I mean, that's better than anything I could think of. And if it has the Locust God on it, it has to be blue or red. And the red one is Hour of Devastation, which I can't really picture what it looks like now, but I know that it doesn't look like this. So Hour of Eternity is as good of an idea as I can think of. You got it. Good job. It's the least blue looking blue card I've ever seen. Just like the color palette's so weird for a blue card. Reanimate. Yeah, it's like a secret layer or something. I've definitely seen this, yeah. No, oh, Commander Collection. There we go. All right. Preordain. That one's easy. Ooh, got a bird eating a fish, and the fisherman's mad. That's my card name. This feels like a card that Katie might know. Yeah. This is a Kingfisher. I just don't know if the card is called Kingfisher. The card is called Kingfisher? Alright. Yeah, alright, cool. I've never actually seen this. Alright, cool. This is a spectator seating. It's one of the it's a battle bond land, and I think spectator seating is the name of the red white one, and I think this is the art for the red white one. And it looks about right thematically. Cool. I have never seen this card in my life. I got nothing. Scrying Fire. Alright, that's where we're at. Hey, actually, no, how's it going? Preordained put in first person. That's funny. All right. Mirror of Galadriel. Sure. Oh, hey, it's Vampire Lady. Yeah, it's not the Amalia card. It's just a card with Amalia on it, but I don't remember what this one is called. I just remember it being one that Mir posted on Twitter. Or it might be someone under Amalia. I don't remember for sure. Sang, yeah. There we go. Yep. Yeah, this one. Yeah, there we go. Oh fuck yeah, has Battle Cry? Let's go. Sorry, I'm saying words. All right, Goblin Expert. Let's go. Saying a goblin is from Legions does not narrow it down very much, but I appreciate the input. I guess there are not that many. +2, +0, and haste to another. That Oracle text sounds really familiar, but I still don't know the name. Fire Fiends, like Goblin Fire Fiends, or just Fire Fiends? Is this a joke? Is this a joke entry or a real entry? I should make sure people specify that. It's really hard to tell from my perspective. That was a yes. It's not a real entry. There we go. Okay, got it. All right, Flame Stick Courier. Wow. Trial if you were wrong. A guild ball player. I have no clue. I got no clue on this one. Street Urchin sounds fine to me. Give it 10 seconds. Oh, a background from Commander Legends. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, yeah. Sure. Some kind of devil. I don't know. Excuse me. Yeah, it's not Forge Devil. Sympathetic Devil. It's Festival Crasher. Yep. It was. Yep. We put it together. Good job, squad. This is a wall, I think, but I don't know which one. It's an old, bad wall. I guess most walls are bad. Wall of Gene Wolfe book cover. Yeah, that's pretty fair. Um, it's Mirrodin. You can kind of tell what from all this business down here, but I think it's an original Mirrodin wall, and I don't know anything else about it. Oh, is it a swamp? Wall of Tangled Cord. Sounds right to me. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, okay, yeah, this is all coming back to me. This is Blacksmith Skill. This is Augur of Bolas. I don't know what this is. Augur of Bolas is a Pauper All-Star. I saw a screenshot pretty recently though of an Augur of Bolas revealing the other three Augur of Bolas in their deck, and that one was very funny. This looks familiar to me too. I assume it's some. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Clearly some sort of Innistrad card, but I don't know which one. I also recommend watching all 17 seasons of Heartland. It's a lot of seasons, though. And counting. Not forgotten. Spiritual Guardian. Well, it's a fucking no. It's an arena card. Yeah, this is Incendiary Commands. That's what I'm gonna do after being asked to name the art of a arena card. I like the vibes, but I have no idea what card this is. Oh, Thallid Traveler makes sense. Yeah, we'll probably do like 2 or 3 more, and then we'll hit the hay. I'm starting to recognize this art more, but that doesn't help without knowing what the name of the card is. So, Deadly Germination. Got 5 seconds. All right. Nope. Choking Miasma. Sure. That also sounds like a card name. Okay, relatively new. Okay. I got nothing here. Rockman. Sea of Dilladat. Yeah, alright, I like that. We'll do one more after this one, and then we'll check out. If you want to hit 20, get good answers. I don't know. I gotta go to bed soon. Thoughts of Ruin. Oh, I know this card too. Yeah. Dumb Savior's card. This kind of looks like maybe something from Ikoria. I don't know. The artifact that gives flash to all other artifacts. Huh. It does sound like some commander garbage. We're going to skip it. Yeah, okay. The color of the spell is not even artifacts. That makes sense. It's definitely werewolves. Other than that, I have no idea. Fear of the Dark, Werewolf Ambush. I kind of like Werewolf Ambush. Yeah, I agree with it being a spell. Unnatural Moonrise. Becomes night. Okay, sure. This new art is just too much. I have no idea what's going on here. Alright, this is going to be the actual last one. The Glurp and Gloat. I like that. I do like Lizard Salad Harvester. Give 5 seconds and we'll lock it in. All right, Scaled Herbalist. Getting a lot of new cards. All right. Well, thank you all for stopping by. I'm tired. I'm gonna hit the hay. Like I said, I'll probably finish this league off stream, but if not, maybe we'll pick it up on Sunday. We will see. But until then, thank you all for stopping by for the stream as always. I hope you liked that little art game diversion at the end. If you like my stuff, I stream every Thursday and Sunday night starting at 9 p.m. Eastern. Always playing D&D of some sort. And I'm really looking forward to Eternal Weekend. It keeps getting closer and closer, and I cannot wait. If you're playing D&D, add Eternal Weekend, by the way. Type !guide. I have a guide on my Patreon that I put up last week that I think is pretty great. It's pretty much everything you need to play D&D other than the cards and the sleeves. Got a couple lists, sideboard guides, descriptions of a lot of matchups, including all the important ones, plus some tips and things like that. And updated today with some extra stuff, kind of things that I was thinking about after Eternal Weekends in Europe happened last weekend. And if anything interesting happens in the one happening in Japan, I think that's this weekend, right? The Japanese one. Then maybe I'll update again. We'll see. I also have a very, very special article coming out this weekend as well. And I'll post I will post on Twitter when that comes out, and also certainly announce it on stream the day of. So yeah, thank you all for stopping by. That's my whole spiel. I got a lot of stuff going on right now, so I wanted to make sure I got it all out there. But until then, have a good night, and I hope to catch you all on Sunday.